and you look at that historical timeline, you'll recognize a pattern. All throughout history, the religious system has persecuted the one who preaches the gospel of grace. Now, it's here that I have to interject an important note. When I talk about the gospel of grace, I'm not talking about a sin-permitting gospel. Some would call it extreme grace. I wouldn't, because godly grace by its own nature is extreme. Rather, I would call it a perversion of grace, a distortion of grace, because grace does not permit you to sin. Grace empowers you unto holiness. Grace is the power to live as you ought. Grace is the power to recognize your new identity. Grace is the power to be in the position where Christ wants you to be. So when I talk about the gospel of grace, I am not talking about the sin-permitting gospel. And this is where it gets very nuanced, very subtle, because this is how the lie of the enemy works. The moment you begin to embrace the gospel of grace, people will accuse you of excusing sin. People will accuse you of being compromised. People will accuse you of being lukewarm. Why? Because they're offended by the preaching of the cross. The self-righteous are offended by the message of the cross because the cross reveals that every man is just as helpless to save himself as the next. The self-righteous want to take credit for their good works. The self-righteous want to earn points. The self-righteous, on some level, believe that they can actually earn their salvation. And because of this, when you begin to preach grace, it strikes at the heart of the ego of the religious mind. And so they begin to persecute. They begin to speak against.